Thank you very much for joining us on the show today. A Sport in 60 Minutes. My name is Cosmos Chukwuemeka. I'm so delighted to be here because these guys usually gives me the delight, despite the fact that I did not agree with one or two of them in terms of a club affiliation. The one beside me here is a Chelsea fan, always insulting Arsenal and any other club that doesn't catch a fancy, but then they collected Shiggy the other day. I'm not romantic today. How are you?
I'm fine, Cosmos. I'm fine. I'm trying to be fine.
Yeah, I know you're trying to be fine. I know.
It's not. It wasn't a good one, but then again.
I know. All right. The one next to her is a Barcelona fan, but they were whooped. That's the right word to use on TV, right? Whooped.
No, we were
by
not
Atletico Madrid.
We whooped them again, but we just didn't qualify. Come on.
Anyway,
I mean, show some respect to
Barca. And then they had to get a dodgy penalty against Newcastle at the Champions League. Right. And then Olamide Onwuka is here. Olamide, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, and the proud Arsenal fan, but very anti-Super Eagles.
Please add Rangers.
He's a Rangers fan. But I'm going to ask him a question about Arsenal and Rangers later. I'm coming to that point. Prince Will, how you doing?
Very well, ready to go this afternoon.
Now let's talk about the Nigerian Premier Football League, the NPFL, that they said was the strongest league in Africa some years ago, but I don't know what it is right now.
I don't know where you're coming from, Cosmos. What belongs to you belongs to you, irrespective of anybody's view.
Did I say it does not belong to me? I said I don't know what it is right now. Okay. You know, that's what I'm saying. Anyway, run us through, Prince Will, of the Nigerian Premier Football League.
It is a league right now, so let me just tell Cosmos that it's a league and it's getting quite interesting. You usually know that the tickets to go to the continent has always been perimeter to know if you're doing well. Rivers United still wants to hold on to that title. Enugu Rangers, I'm proud to say this, we're at the middle of the league, sometime in the season, but today they're right up there. Matches are coming up this weekend, starting from today, and the big one will be at Ibadan. And I think, Cosmos, I am not actually taking you to the cleaners. You've not told me the club
that I support in Nigeria.
Good.
I used to have an affiliation with Teyimba.
Can you imagine?
Hold on. I have an affiliation with Teyimba. Then they disappointed me. When MFM was there, I liked them too. But
you are Shao.
You know, it's really hard to have an affiliation with the team.
So for somebody like me who had gotten an affiliation with Enugu
Rangers
from my primary school, I can tell the stories of how those guys played the Police of Senegal. I was in primary 3. I saw that story and I got so attached to it.
Anyway, the Nigerian Premier Football League is interesting. Yeah? It's interesting, yeah?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so that's just how it is. Let's look at last week it was Rangers, right?
Yeah.
This week, Rivers United are on top.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the table very quickly, Olamide.
Well, we start more games, okay.
Olamide.
I mean, the interesting thing about this NPFL season is because it's been a topsy-turvy season. You don't see a team holding on that top spot for long. I mean, it seems like the moment you think this team is having the upper hand, they sleep. And then the next team just capitalize.
Let me cut you short there. Yeah. Remo Stars, defending champion of the Nigerian Premier Football League. They are last.
That's exactly where I'm going.
Very good advertisement of the Nigerian Premier Football League.
Yes.
It's not.
Yes,
It is not.
Everybody's laughing.
I'll tell you why.
It is.
I'll tell you why I think it's not a good one.
It's not.
Take a look at Leicester City. They're after the Premier League winning season. They still did quite well for themselves.
Exactly.
I mean, for you to have the champion or the reigning champion at the base of the table, it just shows you that there's something that
it shows you something.
29 matches.
It shows you something.
Investigation into something.
Exactly. That is what I am saying.
Guys, I know we don't have time, but there's something very peculiar and pertinent about the Nigerian League.
Okay.
Some of the teams lack structure. You could see them on the surface doing pretty well. What has happened to Remo Stars? Like what?
So I think Remo does not have structure.
Yeah.
Remo has one of the best
structure. So what has gone wrong? You're laughing. What has gone wrong? Senators have gone wrong.
What are we talking about? What kind of structure are we talking about? God, don't let us open cans of worms.
Open it.
I beg. Let's open cans of worms. Let's not open cans of worms. What structure? What structure in the Nigerian Premier Football League? See, okay. you want to say something?
Oh, yeah, but the thing is, Remo, even before now, they had a very good structure. They had a template. Even when Daniel Daga goes out, for internet, to go and officiate, as in certain things outside with the national team,
with the Super
Eagles, they tend to win games, but a lot of things has gone wrong for them. Right now he's no more there, and now this is someone that's been with the team.
Has that been confirmed that he's no more there?
He's not there.
What can we even pinpoint?
No, he's not there. So everything has the center, things has fallen apart. The center is not holding again for him, and that's exactly what is happening. It's quite unfortunate. 20th on the log.
I will want us to revisit this same topic because
we're going to talk about it.
Maybe next time.
Yes.
We are going to talk about especially the Remo Stars part of it. Anyway, that's the Nigerian Premier Football League. Let's move to the next one that is like it. Now, this guy played in the Nigerian Premier Football League last season. Yeah. And now he plays in Norway, right?
Norway.
So he plays in Norway, and somehow, I don't know. There have been talks about the discipline of footballers so that they do not get into trouble, especially when it comes to romantic relationship. But this guy, Daga, he has been given a 6 months imprisonment in Norway, for having sex with someone without consent.
That's rape.
He did not clearly come out as rape in the story, but we shall know that he's tilting towards rape. When they say that no, we had sex and it was by consent, but my mom said, "You just move, go Norway, where they get sex."
So for me,
I'm thinking,
I think I want to take this story. You know why I'm saying this? Because if you're a footballer, you should know that you're a target. I mean, these guys, take a look at it. You're not in your country. You're in another man's country. Thomas Partey is still facing rape charges as we speak. Right? We've seen
Daniel Daga's life was destroyed because of it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's in Greenwood.
So right now you have to be very careful. Yeah. And I recall there's also another Nigerian player that had the same fate in Norway. I just can't place his name. He also moved from the NPFL to Norway. So if you're seeing this particular trend, I mean, the right thing to do is for you to be smart, focus on your football, have a wife if you must have sex.
All of his wife is in Nigeria, but he's there, and nature wants to happen.
Do you get me? No. I mean, I'm just speaking from
for the woman.
Okay.
Because you are the woman here, and it's the woman that put him into trouble.
All right. The thing is,
no pun intended.
You left NPFL last year. You joined Mode in Norway. And this case didn't just start this year. It started in April. Meaning you joined a different league in 2025, and the first thing that came to your mind was
women.
I don't know. They said he's 19, but I don't really understand. You want to make a name for yourself. I think these kind of distractions are not what he's supposed to.
What do you mean by?
That's the thing. That's it now.
Like I said, I think he should have actually just focused
and you get your foot in first. Get your foot in first.
What do you mean by they said he's 19?
He is 19.
What do you mean by this?
She's on point. That is what is his passport.
19. So it's 19. So which one they said?
Yes. Look at the age now. I don't want to go there.
Let me comment. See, guys, let me comment from this angle, right? Experience, they say you can buy, and some people say experience is the best teacher.
Yeah.
For me, it is not the best teacher. I expect every footballer who is going abroad to learn from what happened to 18S here. It's a very good case study.
Exactly.
A good one. They will rope you into it. They will set you up.
Yeah.
What is left for you is to go into what Ebere has just said. Focus.
Focus. All right. Now let's move from there into athletics. Yeah. Another very peculiar case. Some months ago, that was last year, a certain athlete for Nigeria, after whatever thing that the Athletic Federation of Nigeria and the Nigerian Olympic Committee did to her, first at the Tokyo 2020 in 2021 Olympic, and then the Paris 2024 Olympic, where there was some mix-up, especially with the event she was supposed to participate in. And she said, okay, I'm no longer going to participate for Nigeria. I will now be doing it for Turkey, and she has to wait for some years. But then there's a new development. Chris will tell us about it.
Yes, from inside source, it's quite unfortunate that Favour Philly has found herself in this quagmire. 6 months down the line, she has change allegiance to Turkey, but she can't compete for two reasons. One, it was discovered that she collected the scholarship grant the National Sports Commission gave to every other athlete. And secondly, she was registered as an elite athlete under the AFN. So she need to wait till 2028 before she can actually compete. So as it stands right now, she's still in Nigeria.
And she's still in Nigeria.
I don't think she would be willing to compete.
But then the implication is that she will not participate in the 2028 Olympics.
Yes, that's just it.
That's the implication.
And let me borrow a very word. I think I've gotten a very new vocabulary. According to, or how did you put it?
According to,
as they put
That's
it.
what they said.
That's what they said.
She's 19 going 20.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
In 2028, she'll be 22.
Thank you.
In 2028, she'll be 22.
22.
Athletics,
that is what they said.
Athletics,
according to that age.
Yes. At the peak of an athlete, at 21, 22, she should be breaking world records.
Exactly. And you know, because I feel if she had participated in that Tokyo 2020 Olympics, and of course, if it had not
she didn't participate
in the 100
World
meters
Athletics Championship that finished.
No, she did not.
No, she cannot now.
That's what I'm saying. So it's just drawing her back.
So it's drawing her back. So is there a way?
I think Ebere wants to say something.
Ebere wants to say something.
I really want to say something because we are looking at Favour Philly. What happens to? I don't think she just stood up one day and said, "I don't want to play for Nigeria. I don't want to represent Nigeria." Certain things happen.
Yeah.
We should be, as in most of these powers that be, should be held accountable. Someone registered, as in she said she's okay to vie for the 100 meters. She qualified for the 100 meters, and you did not, and she was not registered. It is laughable. This is one of. I don't think Nigeria. We didn't leave there with any gold. There was no medal. There was no. It was just the Paralympics that gave us something to smile about. 100 meters, she participated definitely, even if it was a silver. It doesn't make sense.
And she was the fastest in Africa at the time.
Like
she was actually at that time. I think she had the record for the indoor 200 meters.
Exactly. Are you talking about the 2024, the 2020?
No, the season before the Olympics.
The season
before.
That's the thing.
So it's not fair. If our best legs, as in best shots, are going out there. Look at Turkey. They never had any. They finished 64th in the last Olympics. No medal, nothing. So now they're actually opening up their doors for people to
come. There are Jamaicans.
So many people are coming. Exactly.
Yeah.
So when it's some things like this happening, then who would represent us? It doesn't make sense. The powers that be, the administrator, of course, she said that they took her for granted, and that's why she's looking for a place. It's not even about money. It's not about money.
Don't worry. God will represent us.
Before we go up this lane, in athletics, you must maintain your lane. The former Minister of Sports, John Obu, that is his name, who said he came to learn the trade, was part of our problem that made us feel not to go through.
Let's leave that one. I think it's a Women's Day today. Yeah, it's a Women's Day today because the D Tigers are participating in the World Cup qualifiers that they have, even if they win, they have qualified already. But they are doing well. They won their first game. They did well in their second game as well. I know you're so happy.
Yeah, I am, because the first two quarters it was against Colombia. We're not doing well. In the third and fourth quarter, it ended 70. We got 70.
30. That's for the first game.
Yes, for the first game against Colombia.
Yeah.
They've already played against South Korea.
Yeah.
And they'll be playing. We have Philippines, we have France, and also that's the host country, France and Germany. I guess the France and Germany game, because when you look at the league, the standings, FIBA rankings. France and Germany, they are ahead of us, but then in Africa we are top number one. So I'm not even scared. Definitely Spain. I am September. I can't wait for September to happen, to come up, because that's when.
I wish you're closer to me here. When I'm giving you high hand. Only Super Falcons and the Tigers give me joy in Nigerian sports.
Actually,
the rest, Super Eagles are good. They are chicken.
Anyway, they promised them we've not heard anything.
It will come.
Anyway, we love the women here. We love the women. High five too. We love the women here. We love the women here. But you know what? Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll be talking about, for the first time, a country have decided that we may not participate at the World Cup. We'll be right back to talk about that. Welcome back, Sports in 60 Minutes. My name is Cosmos Chukwemeka. It's been a very interesting time right here with these guys, and let's get into it. We know that the Iran war have started, yeah? But then, because of the fact that the United States of America bombed Iran, and their leader, their supreme leader, paid the supreme price, and because of it, and some other issues which we'll talk about, there is a woman angle there. Iran is saying that we might not participate at the World Cup.
I think it's not might now.
I just wanted to correct that.
Yeah.
They've withdrawn.
Yeah, they're not going to
No, because I'm trying to look at the statement.
Developing stories.
I'm trying to look at the statement of what they said.
Even despite the fact that the FIFA president Gianni Infantino tried to play crisis management,
yes.
but this is obvious. I mean, you don't expect Iran. We said this.
I said it last week.
Okay.
So you're bombing my country and
you expect to come to the World Cup? And Cosmos was telling me it's football.
So the truth is, if US was not the host nation, perhaps Iran would still be there. But because it's a peculiar World Cup.
Okay.
So it's just the right thing.
So let me quote what the Iranian Sports and Youth Minister Ahmad Donyamali said. Said, due to the wicked acts they have done against Iran, they have imposed 2 wars on us over just 8 months or 9 months and have killed and martyred thousands of our people. Definitely, it is not possible for us to take part at the World Cup.
Just reiterating.
But then, my sources in FIFA are saying that they are talking to them, and there is this switch that they might participate, especially with the fact that Trump has said, you know what, you guys can participate.
Can I come in here?
Yes.
Emotion doesn't play with an Arab. You're talking about killing.
Iranians are not Arabs.
Leave that thing, please. See, thank you.
Okay.
The sport minister says they're not going. When the supreme leader, the current one, was elected, he says, die to all American. I told you last week, you're killing me and you expect me to come and dine with you? They would go. We shouldn't waste our time.
So I think it's, as far as I'm concerned, I think it's already...
It's a done deal.
It's a done deal.
It's a done deal.
Yes.
But as I said, my sources in FIFA are saying that they are still trying to talk.
That source is sleeping with one way.
Replacement.
Replacement.
Okay, so who are the replacement? United Arab Emirates or Iraq?
Iraq.
Yes. And Iraq was supposed to participate
in the playoff.
In the playoff.
They would play, they will face the winner between Bolivia and Suriname.
And they are even saying that they cannot even travel. They can't travel to Mexico for the competition. That's what Iraq is saying.
Yeah,
it's a lot of issues here.
Right there in Mexico.
Wow. It's a lot of issues. Now let's move into the UEFA Champions League. Now the UEFA Champions League was some days ago, and some teams like the team of this lady beside me,
excuse me, please. Address her as beautiful. What is this lady?
Okay, sorry. This beautiful lady beside me. I'm not sexist.
Don't mind him.
I'm not sexist, by the way. But the team she supports, is allied to.
They were badly bruised.
It happens in football.
To think I
was trying to put it mildly.
You mean that they were beaten for their iniquity?
Was Barcelona not beating just last weekend?
Anyway, they were beating. But for me, my focus here is the almighty makers and founders of football.
Who's that, Arsenal?
No, the English teams. All of them collect.
The thing about this, that when they qualified automatic qualification, we had 5 of the English teams qualifying after the group stage games, and we thought, okay, fine, this is going to be the English teams. Even Karabakh against Newcastle. Newcastle slap. You can see the way they trashed Karabakh on first leg. Now, getting into this, nobody won.
No, hold on. I understand the part of Tottenham. Tottenham is in serious crisis, and honestly speaking, for somebody like Prince Will, it does not give a hoot. About Tottenham.
No.
You don't care about Tottenham.
No, don't judge them from that angle.
I'm just saying you don't care about Tottenham. But the others should have won.
But no, you see, that rivalry to me doesn't really get to me.
Hey.
Yes, because I don't live in England.
Okay.
I don't live in England. It is for them in England.
It's for them in England.
Yes.
Anyway, you understand about Tottenham, but the other 4, the other ones.
Actually, the other 3. The
other 3.
Let's remove Newcastle from
you see, for me.
Okay, let's move to Newcastle.
No,
okay.
for me, the biggest disappointment of yesterday was Manchester City. Yeah. I expected Manchester City to take a fight to Madrid. But what did we say? Fine, that's football. But the way it stands, I think Pep Guardiola should just resign and say, I'm going on sabbatical.
So this is what happened. My own take. I think yesterday we just saw a counter plan from Real Madrid.
Okay.
Look, if you look at the first match, the last match between Real Madrid and Man City, that Man City won at the Bernabeu, you know that Doku ran riot. Now, what did they do? They put 3 men on Doku. Do you get?
Yes.
And that's basically just silenced the threat of Man City.
Yeah, okay.
So that was just what happened. I think we just saw, and Madrid were very clinical in taking their chances.
Very clinical.
So that was just what happened.
I can't imagine you're a Barcelona fan. I like
it. No. Forget about being a Barca fan. I love good football.
Yeah,
and when I see a team play very well,
they did well.
Honestly,
they did well.
I will say something, and this is just a particular. Every team in the world is afraid of Real Madrid.
Yes.
For Real Madrid, they're afraid of Barca.
Let's talk about the Premier League, the English Premier League. It is said to be the best league in the world. It's
so they
said
say.
to be. That is what they say. But me, I feel that Barcelona will not be able to thrive in that Premier League.
Well, that's why they are not in the Premier League now.
Because you will not thrive.
That's why they are not in the Premier League.
Not with that with those defenders that Barcelona have, they will not thrive.
But both leagues have different philosophy.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why they are not.
That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
Prince,
yeah?
You know what?
Prince, you'll be.
I owe you a couple. What's your
whatever you drink. Anyway, all right. So let's move to the Premier League, and in the Premier League, top games: Chelsea and Newcastle. Newcastle did slightly well in the Champions League, but they're facing Chelsea at the Stamford Bridge. How do you think that will pan out?
I believe they would have to. Eddie Howe will rest players because it's a 1-1 against Barcelona. So I don't think he would want to stress his key players like Tonali, like Joelinton, like what's his name, Lewis Hall. It's an end-to-end game. Chelsea needs to win because they want to qualify for Champions League. Newcastle, they're not here or there. They're just in between. They just want to stay afloat, at least finish in the top 10.
All right, so
Tottenham,
2 matches are ongoing at the moment. Burnley against Bournemouth and Sunderland against Brighton and Hove Albion. Arsenal needs to defeat Everton, but Everton, Olamide, in the past 2-3 years have been some sort of Achilles heel against Arsenal.
I mean, but Arsenal, of course, they are at the top of the Premier League. And they know that they have to win. So one way or the other, I think they'll just find a way to grind a win against this very stubborn Everton side. Everton can be very, very stubborn. Very, very stubborn.
Okay.
Arsenal are tough, and I think they'll crack that.
West Ham against Manchester City. I feel Manchester City should be able to win this, but West Ham won the last time. Manchester United against Aston Villa. Manchester United, I believe, are doing okay as well. Yes, the match we want to talk about is Liverpool against Tottenham Hotspur. A very crisis-led Tottenham Hotspur. But anything can happen.
It's a one-way traffic.
Anything can happen. But
nothing is happening there. Liverpool, Tottenham, they are not motivated. There's no bite. There's no spine. I don't see them winning any game because look at the way they lost the league. They've not in their last 6 games. They've not won any game in the league this season.
Their manager is the first manager.
This year, in 2026. Yes, 6 games, 6 defeats. So I don't see them. Those players, exactly. The players are not. They are not motivated. So
they're not motivated. Prince Ru, Arsenal versus Everton.
A win for Arsenal. A win for Arsenal.
A win for Arsenal. Yeah. And Olamide, I think we should Arsenal to win. Yes. West Ham against Manchester City.
West Ham, Man City drew against Tottenham Hotspur. Nottingham Forest. Man City, they need else.
They need to win.
If they lose this, then congratulations Arsenal for winning the.
I think it's too early. Even if they lose,
it's not too early. It's not too early. I don't see Arsenal dropping points.
It's as good as that.
Okay.
All right. Arsenal dropping points.
All right. That is how we end today's episode. But before I go, very quickly, what are you doing this week, Prince Ru?
What are you doing? That's a beautiful one. It's an engaging weekend.
No one there.
No. But we have a lot of youth development football-wise in Ajegule.
Oh, okay. I know you're part of that. Yeah. Olamide?
Yeah.
Going out with the wife?
No big deal. Just at home. Chilling.
Done with the wife?
Yeah, chilling.
Billy? What about you? Out with the boyfriend?
Nothing. No, I'll be taking my brother back to school. So
okay. And if you ask me, I'll be in church all day.
Imagine. Can you believe it?
I'll be in church all day. It's a good thing to be in the house of God.
It's all right.
My name is Cosmos Chukwuemeka. My director is telling me, get out of the studio. And I want to leave because I am hungry. Yes. We'll be back next week. This time, same station, sports in 60 minutes. We're signing out.